Perfect. Posting randomly, that's cute if staying small is your goal. I've got an AI method that'll flood you with strategic content ideas. And warning, it does lead to sales. You've been warned. This live is for six-figure coaches where you already have an audience, but you're not really sure how do I convert those followers into customers. This live is also for the ambitious business owner where you've grown a successful business through word of mouth and referrals, and you want to know how can I use social media now in order to increase those sales. This live is for the business owners or the service providers where you are already using social media in a way to attract your dream clients, but you're struggling to do so. So I want to show you how you can use AI in order to create your content each month and then be able to monetize from it. So thank you all so much for joining me today. As you're coming in, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, which is to double tap on that screen or to like this video. The more you engage with this live video, the more that social media pushes it out. So if you're on Instagram, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you can like the video. If you're on TikTok, you can double tap the screen and then take some time to share this video out. I'm going to be dropping a lot of gems to help you take your business to the next level, but don't keep it to yourself. All you have to do is hit the arrow at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, share it with like 15 people inside your DMs, and then they will also be able to come in. So as you're coming in right now, take some time to engage, like the content. If you have any questions about your content strategy, feel free to write it in the chat. I will be so happy to answer any of your questions that you have. That's exactly what this live is for. So I love teaching this live like it is a master class. So it's not a regular live. It's a live. It's not a regular live. I love teaching it like it is a master class. Why? Because whenever you're coming in and you're getting the information, if you take action, you can actually see the results from it. So while you're coming in, grab your notebook, grab your pen, take note, take action, make some money, honey. Why? Because action takers are money makers, not time wasters. We're going to be together today for about an hour. I'm going to be dropping a lot of gems to help you take your business to the next level, but only if you are ready for it. Hey, Chanel, thanks for joining me. So if you are a business owner, go ahead and write the name of your business in the chat. If you're not a business owner, but you want to stick around because you want to be motivated, just let me know where you're tuning in from. I am in New York City. It's 9:03 in the morning. I am also a business owner. So if you're a business owner, drop the name of your business in the chat. If you're not a business owner, but you want to stick around and get motivated, that's fine too. This live isn't necessarily for you. It's mainly for business owners, entrepreneurs, and service providers who want to understand how can I take my content to the next level in order for me to scale my business beyond six figures, right? So again, today we're going to be talking about stop posting randomly. Here's how you can use AI to monetize for you. I'm going to be dropping 4 tips that's going to help you to create content consistently, whether you're using ChatGPT, you're using Centra, you're using Claude.ai. I'm going to be sharing lots of different AI tools that you can use to make creating content so much easier for your business and to make monetizing so much easier for your business. So as you're coming in, go ahead and engage with the video, like the video, comment on the video, and share it out with your audience so that they can also benefit from it, right? Okay, so we're gonna get ready to go into this. Again, I'm gonna be sharing 4 tips with you that you can use in order to create content with AI, and you can use it so that you can actually monetize from your content. So who am I? I'm Shamara Star Cox, TV producer and marketing coach. My goal is to help 6 and 7 figure business owners create binge-worthy content that gets you seen and gets you paid. Why binge-worthy? Because whatever you binge, you buy. We're in a society where people are binging Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, you name it. They're binging it each day and then they're paying for it every single month. So what do? I show you how to create that same exact experience on your page so you can take your audience from just browsing to binging to buying. That's the strategy and it works every time. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 tips so that you can stop posting randomly, but instead you can use AI to monetize your content for you. Hey, Kwanda, thanks so much for joining me today. Right? Okay, so I don't know if we have any. We do. If you are a business owner, feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat. If you're not a business owner, but you want to stick around and be motivated, let me know where you're tuning in from. I am in New York. And again, I'm going to be sharing 4 tips that's going to help you to stop posting randomly, but be able to monetize with your content. So before we go into these 4 tips, I want to share this quick story with you. right? So, as I shared before, I'm a TV producer. But prior to working in television, I was actually working at a staffing agency. And I remember being at the staffing agency so frustrated because all my life I heard if you just go to college, you'll be able to get your dream job. Has anyone ever heard that before or believed that lie? If you go to college, you'll get your dream job, you get paid what you want, you get to live the American dream. That's what I was told when I was growing up. So, what did I do? I went to college, I did the 4 years, graduated with honors every single year. But when I graduated from college, it was took me forever to find a job. Anyone ever went through that before? You heard all your life that you should be going to college so that you can get your dream job. You go to college, you do that, and then you don't get your dream job. And you're like, what's going on here? So that's where I was. I ended up working for this staffing agency. And I remember being super frustrated, right? But working at this staffing agency, first of all, let me tell you, I learned how to fast working at the staffing agency because every day I was fasting, like, Lord, please open a door so that I can get into my dream career. That's where I want to be, right? And so I was doing that. And then finally, I get a call from a major TV network. They want to interview me, right? And so I'm super excited that I get this phone call and I go in for the interview and I interview with three executive producers and they absolutely love me. And I just in my mind, I nailed that interview. We bonded, we vibed very well, right? I answered all their questions. And when we were done, they were telling me that they're going to make a decision, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm thinking they're about to hire me. Turns out they choose to hire someone else, but they tell me something very vital. They say, we want you to keep in touch, right? And so in my mind, I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and keep in touch. So I did. I followed up with them for an entire year. I reached out to see how they were doing. If they were in the news, I checked in and I sent them the news articles. I wished them happy holidays. How many of you would have given up? How many of you, if you did not get the job and they told you to follow up, that's what some of you are doing with your clients right now, right? They haven't bought yet, and then you're like, oh, I don't like following up, and so you stop, right? But that's not me. I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep following up, and that's okay. I kept in contact for an entire year, and 1 full year later, they reached out to me and hired me. They offered me a higher position. Why was that? Because I was top of mind. Me reaching out to them and keeping in contact with them kept me top of mind for them to reach out to me a year later. So, my question to you is, are you top of mind when you're putting out your content? When people watch your content, are they coming back for more or are they leaving your page and forgetting completely about you? If you are not top of mind for your dream clients, they're not going to buy. And that's why some of you are struggling on social media when you're putting out your content. You have no idea why it's not converting. You have no idea why the views are stuck between 100 views, 200 views, 300 views. You have no idea why it's not getting any comments, or you're only getting one comment, and that one comment is from your spouse who just wants to support you. It's because your content isn't top of mind. And now the question is, how do you change that? How do you shift in a way that you can put out video content that people will come back to your page for more? How do you shift that in a way that you can put out video content that people, they start reaching out to you and saying, hey, how can I buy from you? As opposed to, you're so inspiring. How can you change it in a way that when you put out video content, people actually want to head to your bio and actually go to your webpage so that they can buy from you? As opposed to, they go, you see the link, the clicks going up on your webpage, but no one's actually checking out. If you're not top of mind, what's going to happen is people will see your content and completely forget about you. And so what I want to do is show you how you can shift from being forgotten on social media, because that's the worst thing that you can do. The worst thing you can do is put out content that no one remembers, especially if you started your business to make an impact. Your impact is your content leaving an impression on the people who are watching it. And that impression helps them to want to buy from you, right? So if you're in here and you're like, Star, you're right, I've been putting out content, people have not been engaging. They have not been watching it as much. It feels like I am shadow banned, and I want to know what I can do to shift, especially if you already have a business where you have been getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, and you want to know how can I shift by using online to increase my sales. Then I want to go ahead and invite you to join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. We're actually kicking off on Monday, and in the challenge, we show you how to create content that sells in 5 days or less. That's the goal. Why? Because I know what it's like to be on social media, watching this guru, watching that guru, and doing the things that they're telling you to do and not seeing the results that you want to see. So instead, we cut out all of the fluff. We don't teach you trends. We don't show you how to post 3 or 4 times a day. Instead, we show you how to create content that actually creates deep connections with your audience, and it converts them into your customers. So if you're like, Star, that's exactly what I need. I want to know how I can shift so that I can actually use social media for marketing. Feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted, and I will personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you are on TikTok, you can hit the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There's an orange button. Click that button. Send me a DM that says challenge accepted along with your email address, and I'll personally send you an invite. If you are on Instagram or LinkedIn, you can also DM me the word challenge accepted. But if you are on YouTube, you can feel free to click the link that I'm about to drop inside of the chat right now so that you can get access to it. There you go. And I will personally send you an invite to the challenge. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine your dream clients finding you on social media every day, not just through referrals, not just through word of mouth. It's not about replacing what's working for you. So if your marketing is already working for you, my goal is to show you how you can multiply that, how you can scale that. So if you're already hitting 8 to 10K months and you want to know, how do I scale to 20K months? How do I scale to 30K months? That's what this live does, right? That's what this challenge does. And the challenge is a live challenge. So you will not be in a Facebook group where you just get to ask questions. No, you get to join me on Zoom with my team live as we're helping you with your content next week for the challenge, only for 5 days, right? Social media allows you to reach an audience you haven't yet tapped into without taking your focus away from your current success. So we're going to show you how you can create content in a way that's going to reach more people than just your family members. It's going to reach more people than just your cousins. It's going to reach more people than just your local community. If you're like, this is my season, this is my time, I am ready to actually use Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube as a way to reach my audience, then feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn, if you are on YouTube, you can feel free to click the link that is displayed on the screen right now to get access. Is contenttocashchallenge.com so that you can join us in the challenge. Again, we're kicking off on Monday the 7th. So the slots are filling up very quickly. We have a VIP visibility mixer that I'm only inviting the first 5 people who sign up for VIP to come. So far, we already have 2 slots that are taken. So just 3 more that are remaining. In this visibility, in this VIP mixer, I'm sharing with you a visibility strategy for high ticket sales. Right? So once you're one of the first 5 people, I'll invite you to the mixer before the challenge starts, and I'll share with you a visibility strategy for high ticket sales. All right, so let's get into this. Today, I'm talking about stop posting randomly. AI can help you monetize your content, right? And I'm going to walk you through 4 steps so that you can actually create consistent content on your social media, but not just create the content, because it's not enough just to create. You also want to be able to sell. Right? You want to be able to convert. So you're creating and you're converting. And those are the strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you. Right? So this strategy will help you to never run out of content ideas. And it will also help you to be able to know what to say in your videos in order to sell without sounding salesy. That's the strategy that I'm going to share with you. And it is called the GROW method. That's what the strategy is. It is called the GROW method. Hey, Dash, how you doing? And in the GROW method, if you're taking notes, this is where you want to start taking notes. And it is, the G stands for generate content with AI. The R stands for reframe your mindset. The O stands for observe your analytics. And the W stands for win with CTAs. So one more time, the G is generate content with AI. The R stands for reframe your mindset. The O stands for observe your analytics. And the W stands for win with CTAs. So if you're taking notes, this is where you want to start taking those notes. All right, so let's get into the first one, which is generate content with AI. How to generate content with AI. So the first thing you want to do is you want to use AI to create your video scripts, to create your captions, to write your content ideas that is tailored to your niche, and to save you hours while you're still on brand and engaging with your audience, right? Now, what I just said was a mouthful and it sounds so simple. Some of you already, you're taking your content ideas, you're putting it into ChatGPT and you're asking it to give you video scripts. But when you show up on social media, it's still not converting. It still sounds very general and it sounds very bland. And that is because there's something that is missing. And that is creating content specifically for your dream client. If you don't create content for your dream client, it doesn't matter how many prompts you give ChatGPT or Sentra or Claude, whatever the tool is that you want to use. It doesn't matter how many prompts you give it. You're not going to be able to create content that's going to convert. You'll create content, but it won't actually convert, right? And so I teach all of my clients to make sure that they're speaking to their dream clients first. And there are some key points that you want to understand about your dream clients before you even start creating the content. And the first thing is, who is this person? Who exactly is your dream client? If you can't answer that, then guess what? You're putting out content that's generic and it's not going to reach anyone. Now, some of you in here, you're probably thinking to yourself, I know who my dream client is. My dream client is women between the ages of 35 and 45. Well, that's your biggest issue there because you're now speaking to a demographic and it's hard to create content for ages 35 to 45. It's not specific enough. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? It's not specific enough. You don't know the exact situation that they're in, so it's going to be extremely hard to create content for them. So how many of you right now, you're putting out content for women or men ages 35 to 45, and you're recognizing it's not going anywhere, right? Like that's the hardest part if you're creating content that way. So you want to shift. You want to focus on who are these people and what are their pain points. That's the biggest thing. Your goal as the marketeer in your business, and I say marketeer because even though you are the CEO, you are also the marketing person for your business. Your goal is to create content that solves problems. The problems that you are solving are the pain points of your dream clients. If you can't clearly speak it, if you can't clearly portray it in your content, that's the reason why people are watching but not buying. That's the reason why people are watching, but they're not engaging. Right? And so I want to show you how you can shift that by actually creating content that speaks to your dream client. So once you know who this dream client is, once you know what their pain points are, you also want to understand what are their desires? What do they want? Right? So if you're a relationship coach and you are serving women who desire to get married, but they've been on these dating apps for the last couple of years and they keep meeting guys who are unavailable, right? That was a specific pain point. So what is their desire? Their desire is to get married. So how do you create content that helps them to see this desire? Right? That's where AI gets to come in. But here's the thing. Notice that when I called out this relationship coach's dream client, I was very specific. This is the pain point. They're always on these dating apps and they're meeting men who are unavailable. So what do you do next? Create content that solves that problem. Here's how to stop meeting unavailable men, right? And your content should solve the problem. And then your content should speak to desire. So if you're, here's how to stop meeting unavailable men, and here's how you can meet guys who want to get married to you now. So that's just an example for a relationship coach. I mean, I have lots of different examples. If you are a business owner and you want to drop your dream client in the chat, feel free to do that. And I can give you some examples for your niche. But if you don't drop it in there, I'll just keep going on. So again, we're talking about stop posting randomly. Here's how AI can monetize your content for you. I'm sharing with you the growth method. And the first thing that I'm sharing with you is how you can use AI in order to generate content for you consistently. The first thing was understanding your dream client so you can properly prompt your AI system. So I actually want to take a quick poll if you are able to write in the chat. What AI tool are you using to create content? Is it ChatGPT? Is it Claude? Is it Sentra? Is it Canva? What AI tool are you using to create content? You can feel free to drop it in the chat. I just want to take a quick poll to see like what tools are you all using. I know ChatGPT is really popular, but what tool are you actually using so that you can create content for your people? I know for me, I use a lot. I use lots of different ones. One of my favorite ones is ChatGPT. So I'll give you some time to answer in the chat. What tool are you using to create content for your dream clients? Is it ChatGPT? Is it Claude? Is it Centra? Is it Canva? There's so many different tools out there for you to create. And I'll give you some time to write in the chat. But as you are writing in the chat, I want to share how you can actually use each one of these tools to create content, right? So if you're using Chat, if you're using Centra, if you're using Claude, here's what you can do, right? Now that you know who your dream client is, you want to tell each one of these tools to come up with content topics for you, right? So instead of you trying to think about, well, what should I create? You want to ask AI to come up with the content topics for you, right? But guess what? The content topics are based off of the pain points of your dream client. That's what your content topics is based off of. So if you don't tell your AI tool, whether it's Chat, Centra, Claude, we'll just use Chat because it's the most popular. And I didn't see any of you writing inside the chat. So I'm beginning to think that none of you are using AI, which is an issue, right? You want to start making sure that you're using it in your content because it does all the heavy lifting for you. When I show my clients how they can use AI in order to create the content for them, guess what happens? They're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know I can do that. And like, yes, you can use AI to pretty much do anything, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to tell your chat or whatever your AI tool is who your dream client is and what are their pain points. And then you want to ask for the content topics. The content topics is going to be based on the pain points of your dream clients so that now you are speaking directly to them, right? Another thing that you want to do after you get your topic. So typically when I'm walking my clients through this, I walk them through how to get 90 pieces, 90 topics for their page, right? So how did you get 90 topics? Now, 90 topics is 3 months of content. So that's how you can never run out of ideas because now you already have 3 months of content. So some of you are probably thinking to yourselves, okay, well, now I only have 3 months of content if I actually ask for these content topics. But what happens in the next 3 months? Nothing, actually, because the next step that I'm going to show you is going to show you how you can turn those 90 pieces of content into more content. So you don't even have to keep doing this step over and over again. You just need to do it one time. And then from there, be able to create endless content. That's the goal, especially for those of you where you're putting out video content and then you keep running out of ideas. The goal is for you to be able to put out the content and have endless content, right? So the first step, we'll give it to you one more time if you're taking notes. The first step is to prompt your AI tool, whether you're using ChatGPT, whether you're using Centra or Claude. I didn't see anyone write in the chat to tell me which tool you're actually using. So I'm going to assume you're either using no tools or you're using ChatGPT, right? So I'm going to give the tips for Chat. You want to give Chat who your dream client is and what are their pain points. Those two things are most important. The next thing you want to do is you want to ask Chat for 90 content topics, 90 topics based on the pain points of your dream client, right? And then the next thing you want to do, this step is crucial. This is the step that multiplies your content so you can stop posting randomly. This is the step that multiplies your content so that you never run out of ideas. When it's time for you to create, you want to take one topic at a time, right? So now you have 90 topics. You want to take one topic at a time. So take your first topic and tell Chat, what are 5 ways that I can cover this topic, right? This is the game changer because now you have one topic that you can cover 5 ways. So I'll give you an example. Me as a marketing coach, one of my topics may be how to create content that sells. So that's what I'm going to teach my clients, right? But then I ask Chat to give me 5 ways to cover that topic. And Chat may say, you want to do a behind the scenes on how you create content that sells. You want to do an educational piece of content on 3 ways to create content that sells. You want to do a client testimonials to show them how you helped a client create content that sells. And it will keep on doing that, right? It will give me 5 ways to cover that one topic. Now imagine doing that for 90 topics. That's 90 times 5. I'm actually going to do the math, right? I should have done the math before I came on here. So 90 times 5, that's 450 ways to put out your content. There's only 365 days in the year. 366 if it's a leap year. This is how you can have endless content and never run out and never be repetitive. Some of you, you're putting out content right now and it's the same thing over and over again, and your audience is bored with it. That's why you're seeing that your views are stuck between 100 views, 200 views. Right? Your audience, they're scrolling past it. That's why you're noticing that they're not honoring your call to action, because they're not watching your videos long enough for them to see the call to action. But if you follow this step by actually asking ChatGPT to give you 5 different ways to cover your topic, you'll never run out of ideas, and you'll always have something to post. Now, for some of you in here who's watching and you're like, this is some good stuff, I never thought about this before, right? I have clients that I actually showed this to, and they said the same thing. Now, here's the thing. They were already using AI in their business. They're author coaches, and they teach other people how they can write their books and publish it. So I showed them this tool, and they were like, what? Say less, we'll never run out of content ideas again. That's the goal, because when you're showing up on social media, the more you show up, the more likely you're going to convert. If you're only showing up 2 to 3 times a week, okay, you can convert, right? But you'll convert even more if you show up 5 times a week. And some of you, your biggest thing in showing up is you don't have time. Who am I talking to right now? Where you want to show up for your audience, but you don't have time because you're running a business, you're taking care of your children, you have to manage your team, you're working with clients. And so you feel like it's extremely hard for you to focus on your social media, even though you know it's the best way and the fastest way for you to grow your business right now. This strategy that I'm sharing with you is going to help you to be able to create content from your busy schedule, because AI is doing the heavy lifting. You don't have to do it. For me, when I first started creating content, what kept me stuck, or what took the most amount of time, was actually being able to script the ideas and coming up with the content topics. That's what took the most amount of time in my when it came to content creation. So each week I would have to put aside an hour to 2 hours just scripting the content. Do you know that I no longer have to do that because AI took it over? Another thing that you could do, right? So we talked about asking for content topics, and then we talked about asking chat for 5 different ways to cover the topic. So now you can have 450 content ideas that you can post each day. Did you already know how to do that? I want you to drop a yes in the chat if you're like, I already knew this, or drop a no in the chat if you're like, this is new to me, because I want to see who is this blessing. So whether you're on LinkedIn, you're on YouTube, you're on Instagram or TikTok, let me know. Drop a yes in the chat if you already knew how to do that, or drop a not yet in the chat if this was brand new to you. I want to see who this is blessing right now, who this is helping right now, right? Okay, so I want to give you the next tip as I'm waiting for you to write inside the chat. The next tip, right, after you have your different ways to cover the content, is actually having chat write your scripts for you, your video scripts, or even your carousels. I have my ChatGPT, so I work with clients where I create the content for them. And part of creating the content for them is actually writing out their carousels, right? So I'll have my chat just designing the carousels for them so that I don't have to do it from scratch. When I'm creating my videos, I'll have chat actually writing my video scripts for me. Now, this is so good because you don't have to do it yourself. Chat is doing all the heavy lifting, and it only takes a couple of minutes just to do this. So imagine you just set aside an hour a week just to plan your content. How would that help you to show up? 1 hour a week, then you shoot the content and you post it. Now you get to show up even more than you like to, and this is you batching your content. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Right? Okay. One other part that also helped me with chat is asking chat to do my captions for me. My captions for LinkedIn, for Instagram, for YouTube, for TikTok. Now, let me tell you, when I was posting my content, it used to take me about an hour just to post each video because I had to sit there and write the captions out. Now it takes me an hour to do 4 videos because AI is writing the captions for me. So you don't even have to do the work for it. AI will go ahead and do the heavy lifting for you. So that was just one tip that I gave you. And AI is already creating the content topics, showing you the different ways to cover it, writing the scripts for you, as well as writing the captions for you. But it doesn't just stop there. I also use my AI tool to write my hashtags and to write my emails for me. So for those of you who are sending out emails each week, you can use it for that too. And one last tip is I use my emails to repurpose as LinkedIn newsletters. And I do that all through AI as well. So when it comes to creating content, again, the G in the method that I'm sharing with you, the GROW method. The G stands for generate content with AI. You no longer need to use the excuse that you don't have time, because the reality is AI is going to help you save time. No matter what tool you want to use. If you want to use chat, you want to use Claude, you want to use Centra. I mean, there's so many tools out there that you can use in order to create the content for you so that you're no longer thinking about it on your own. That's where a lot of you get stuck. A lot of you get stuck at staring at the blank screen. What do I write today? What do I say today? When ChatGPT or any AI tool is out there to help you. Okay, Dash says, this is helping me get my mind in the right place. Yes, thank you, Dash, for saying that. Anyone else, who is this helping right now? Dash says, but no, I have never specifically used chat for scripts. There we go. That's somebody who just got a good tool right there. So anyone else, no matter what social media platform you're on right now, I want to know from you, is this blessing you? Like, have you heard of this before? Have you used your AI tool in this manner before? Typically, when I see business owners and they're putting out content, they're just typing into chat saying, hey, give me this video idea or give me this script. But they're probably not even asking for scripts, and their content is falling flat. When you're this detailed, you can actually prompt your AI tool and it will give you the content specifically for your dream client. I'm working with my business mentor right now, and before she was putting out content, people were kind of sort of seeing it, but they weren't really engaging. When I walked her through this process, she started putting out content specifically for her dream client. Do you know that her TikTok content is starting to take off? She's starting to get people who engages with her, who are actually asking for her for part 2 of her videos. How many of you would love that? To put out video content where people are like, we want more. We want more. Like, that's the goal. Because if your content isn't top of mind, it's going to be extremely hard to get sales. So I want to show you how you can shift from just putting out any old content to putting out the content that actually converts. Okay, Dash says, I mostly use it for marketing ideas when it comes to emails. Oh, nice. Do you also have it write your emails for you? And are you using ChatGPT? Dash, let me know. Right? Okay, so I'm walking you through a grow method so you can stop posting randomly, but instead you can use AI to monetize. And I just finished sharing with you how you can use AI in order to create content for you so that you don't have to feel like you no longer have time to do this, right? I walked you through getting the content topics. I walked you through how you can use those content topics 5 different ways. How you can have chat write the scripts for you, write the captions, get your hashtags, write your emails for you. Like, it can do everything for you, right? I want to share with you some other tools you can use, right? So now that you have your script, now that you have your captions, you don't actually have to shoot the content for yourself. Like, let's say some of you are camera shy, and we're gonna go over that in the next tip as well. But some of you may be camera shy, or some of you may feel like, I don't have time to create the content. There's actually other AI tools you can use to create the content for you, right? And so you can use ChatGPT that will actually create content for you. You can ask it to design images for you, and it will design the images for you. You can ask it to design carousels for you, and it will do that for you. You can use Canva. Canva is a good tool to create the carousels for you. It actually has an AI that will create images as well as create the carousels for you, right? My friend Kwanda, she just hopped back in here. She was telling me about Midjourney. Midjourney is another AI tool that you can use to be able to create content for you. You don't even have to show up. You don't have to show your face. All you have to do is prompt it, and it will create the content for you. And then there's another one called Hey Jen, which actually heard about this a couple of years. Well, I think it was last year, it might have been. And now it seems like it's gotten so much better at it, where all you have to do is upload video content of yourself, upload some of your scripts on how you talk, and it will create content for you. So for some of you who are like, I'm too busy to shoot each week, I'm too busy because I have clients, I have meetings, I have to go here, I have to go there. Actually, if you just prompt "Hey Jen," it'll generate you, right? With the content. So you don't even have to shoot yourself. You can take old videos of yourself, drop it into "Hey Jen," and it will constantly generate content for you. My point is there's no excuse not to show up. There's no excuse not to create content. AI has made it so simple for you. But the question is, will you show up? Will you create the content that's actually going to reach your dream clients? Or will you keep using the excuse of, I don't know how to do it. I'm not going to be able to create. I don't have time, right? Because AI has actually made it so simple for you to be able to show up. Now, here's the thing. Oh, okay, right? So we're talking about the grow method, how you can generate content and using AI. I walked you through how you can script your ideas, how you can have the topics. I gave you some tools that can help you actually shoot the content without you having to show up. Like you don't have to shoot every week. You can use these tools. And then there's tools that you can use that can edit the videos for you. So for those of you who are feeling like I'm not that tech savvy, editing is where I get stuck. If it doesn't come out the way that I like it, then I'm not going to post it. You can actually have AI edit the videos for you. CapCut has an AI feature. I'm pretty sure it's paid. You're going to have to get the paid version. But CapCut has an AI feature that edits the videos for you. So how many of you in here, you don't like editing? It takes up too much time, or you just don't feel like you're that skilled at editing. You can take your videos, drop it into CapCut, and use the AI tool to automatically edit the videos for you. And if you don't want to use CapCut, you can also use InVideo. Now, InVideo is a tool I had discovered a while ago, but I never used it. I probably should, right? But InVideo is also a tool that you can use, drop your videos in there, and it will edit it for you. Let's say you didn't want to shoot videos. It has third-party footage or B-roll content, which means it's content without you being on camera, where you can just upload your scripts to it and it will edit the videos for you. That's how simple it is. So you don't have to create the content yourself. All you have to do is build a team of AI to do it for you. No more excuses of not showing up. No more excuses of creating mediocre content or posting randomly. You can be strategic and have AI create the content and monetize it for you. All right, Black Pilot Co. said, interesting, I never trusted auto editing. That's fine. If you're great at editing, you don't need it. But if you're someone who struggles with editing, I would say try it, right? And the goal is so that you can get out of your own way. Because some of you in here, you're using anything as your excuse not to create content. When in all actuality, there's an entire suite of AI tools you can use to put the content out for you so that you can convert. And that's the whole goal of this live, to show you how you can get out of your own way, to show you how you can reach your audience so that now you're showing up, you're not just making an impact, but you're also making income. All right. Dash said, I use CapCut, not the other one. Yeah, CapCut's really, really good. I like CapCut. I know there's been like some controversy going out with CapCut's new terms and conditions, but their terms and conditions is no different from us using these social media tools now. I won't go to it any deeper. But I want to share with you, right? Here's the thing. I just shared all of these tools with you. I just shared all of these tips with you. You can build your entire AI content creation team, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money to do it, right? You could probably invest $50 a month, maybe even $100 a month in your AI content creation team to create the content for you. But let me share this with you. I want to caution you. For those of you who are like, great, Star just gave me the cheat code. If you do not know who your dream client is, none of this is going to work. You're going to feel like you're wasting time, you're wasting money, and you're going to burn yourself out reaching people who's not going to buy from you. The goal is for you to create content in a way that actually reaches your dream clients who want to buy from you. Hey, Sanjay, how you doing? Sanjay's on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. Right? So that is the goal, for you to create content that reaches your dream clients. Now, I want to share with you an example of my former client. Her name is Cassandra. Cassandra is a single mom. She works full-time for herself, and she is a child who has special needs. What she does is she works with schools and she works with parents to be able to get parents the resources they need for their children. But before she was working with me, she was showing up on TikTok, putting out content that was barely reaching her audience. When I helped her to identify her dream client, when I helped her to be clear in her messaging, guess what happened? She built a six-figure business that year. She hit six figures in her business. Why? Because clarity leads to confidence. Confidence leads to content, and content leads to cash. She was putting out the content that was now reaching her audience, and she was super clear on who she needed to reach so she can consistently put out the content that reaches her audience, right? So when I tell you, like, I can give you all the strategies and the tools in the world, if you do not speak to your dream client, it's not going to work. I want to use another example of my former client, Chastity. She is an accountant. And when she joined my program, she was already getting sales through Facebook. Her writing was so strong, but she wanted to be able to get sales through her Instagram as well. And so I help her to clarify her messaging so that she can speak to her dream clients. She went to a conference, spoke at the conference, and everyone kept telling her, "Oh my goodness, your messaging is so clear." That's what you want. The whole point of marketing, because I know some people get scared when it comes to marketing. The whole point of marketing is to clearly communicate how you can help your people. If you recognize that your videos are between 100 views and 200 views, that means that your messaging isn't clear. If you recognize that you're only getting 1 to 2 comments, and one of those comments is from your cousin who just wants to support you, that means your messaging isn't clear. If you are putting out content that sells and you're getting people who tells you I can't afford, that means your messaging is reaching the wrong people. In our Convert Content to Cash challenge, we show you how to reach your dream clients so that now when they are coming to you, they're asking you, how can I buy from you? Because the reality is you have something that's going to help them to change their lives, to transform them. But they don't know if they can't see your videos. There's a lot of you in here where you're getting sales right now through word of mouth and referrals, which is great, but you're ready to take your business to the next level. And the best and fastest way to do that is by using social media marketing. But you're getting tripped up on, how do I create the content? How come no one's seeing me? I don't feel confident. And in the Convert Content to Cash challenge, we show you how to overcome that so that you can show up boldly and sell with confidence. Why? Because somewhere out there, someone is praying for the solution to their problem, and that solution is wrapped up in your business. How long will you keep them waiting? If you're like, I want to be able to reach my audience, I don't want to keep them waiting anymore. I'm ready for them to see me. I'm ready for them to see how I can help them. DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite into the Convert Content to Cash challenge. If you're watching on TikTok, all you have to do is hit the orange button at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. So I can, and DM me challenge accepted, and send me your email address and I'll send you the invite. If you're watching on Instagram and LinkedIn, all you have to do is slide in my DMs and type challenge accepted, send me your email address, and I'll personally send you an invite. And if you're on YouTube, I just displayed the link on the screen for you. All you have to do is click it. Don't click the screen. That's not what's going to work. You have to click the link in the chat, and you will be able to get access to the challenge so that you can join us. Again, the challenge starts on July 7th. It's this Monday coming up. It starts July 7th. And when we kick off, the first thing we focus on is who your dream client is. The second thing we focus on is how you can create the content that's going to reach your audience, right? The goal of the challenge is for you to get results in 5 days or less. What results am I talking about? I'm talking about sales. When Erica joined the challenge, she was able to make $750 in 3 days. I'm talking about leads. When Christina joined the challenge, she got 30 new leads in 1 day. I'm talking about confidence. When Rhonda joined the challenge, she showed up not feeling confident showing herself on camera. By day 3, she was taking off with her videos. I'm talking about increased views. When Abigail joined the challenge, nobody was checking for her. But when we showed her how to create the content, she cried when her videos hit over 1,000 views. There's so much more results that you can get in the challenge. I can't promise that you'll get sales leads or anything like that. But what I can promise is if you do the work, you will see results in 5 days or less. But the only way that you will be able to see the results is if you actually join us. So again, DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. We're kicking off on Monday, but the first 5 people to join us for VIP will actually be able to see me this week. I'm going to help you this week with a VIP, with our VIP mixer. I already sent the personal invites out to those who already signed up. We only have 3 slots left, right? So we had 2 people who signed up for VIP already. We have 3 slots left for the VIP mixer. If you sign up as number 6, you won't get invited. But if you sign up within these 3 slots here, you'll get invited. And I'll share with you a VIP visibility strategy for high ticket sales. That's the goal, for you to be able to sell high ticket to your audience, right? All right, so let's jump back into this. Hey, Dr. V, how you doing, honey? Okay, Dr. V on Instagram said, drop those C's again. So as I said before, clarity leads to confidence. Confidence leads to content, and content leads to cash. Those are the 4 C's. You want clarity, you want confidence, you want content, you want cash. And that's the only way to do that, right? So we show you all of that in the challenge so that you can actually create deep connections with your audience. That's the goal. Okay, so we're talking about stop posting randomly. AI can monetize your content for you. I'm walking you through the GROW method, and the G stands for generate content with AI. I just shared with you how you can generate 450 days of content ideas with AI. And then I showed you the different tools that you can use to create the content, to edit the content, to put out the content without you even having to show up if you are camera shy. But let's get into the R, because the R is going to help you with the camera shyness, and that is to reframe your mindset. Reframe your mindset. I can share with you all the tools in the world, but if you are stuck on, I don't want people to see me because I don't like the way I look. I don't want people to see me because I gained a little weight. If you're stuck on that, how are you going to make impact? How are you going to make impact? The fastest way to build trust with your audience is if they can see your face. I've had people join my challenge and on day 1 have told me, I don't do videos, or I want to create faceless content. Now, there's nothing wrong with creating faceless content. There are brands that have gone viral with faceless content. But the motive behind it, if you want to create faceless content because you're afraid to be seen, that's the thing that we want to address. Why? Because there are people out there who are going to buy from you when they see your face. Personal brands are selling a lot more than actual business brands. There are some of you where you're hiding behind your business. I can see you. You have your logo for your photo. Your name is your business name. And guess what? Barely anyone knows you. Barely anyone's engaging with your content. Why? Because to them, you can just be a bot. But what can you do to show up so that they can actually see you? How can you overcome this camera shyness? Some of you, it may not even be camera shy. Some of you, it's imposter syndrome. Some of you feel like an imposter. You're putting out the content and then you're telling yourself, I don't know if anyone's going to buy. I don't know if I can actually really help people with this. These are the things that we want to help you to overcome, because these are the things that's keeping you bound. For some of you, it's a poverty mindset. Yeah, I said it. And typically, I don't like talking to this mindset, because sometimes you bring in, if I start talking about the mindset, I start bringing in all the people who don't got the money. But I want to help you get free for a little bit. Because some of my clients, when they came to me, they had that poverty mindset. Even I had that poverty mindset. That poverty mindset tells you that you can't charge high ticket. That poverty mindset, because you have been rejected several times from people telling you that your price is too high, you think you now have to discount your offer. That poverty mindset tells you that even though I need to hire a coach right now, I can't do it right now because I can't afford. That poverty mindset is keeping you bound. And my question to you is, if you're called to be a millionaire, why are you taking so long to get there? If you are called to be a millionaire, why are you taking so long to get there? Is it because you're trying to YouTube everything? Is it because you're trying to figure it out on your own? The fastest way to get there is to walk alongside someone. I remember I had a poverty mindset when I first started. My very first coach that pitched to me, her offer was probably $97. And I told her, I can't afford that. Now, in my mind, I couldn't afford it because I hadn't worked in 18 months. God had called me to quit my job. So I hadn't worked in 18 months. So $97 a month, that was a lot for me. How many of you been there before where you're like, ooh, I want to invest in this coach, but that's too much for me, right? So I took a leap of faith and I invested $97. Do you know what I got for $97? I got aware that I had a money block. That's what I got for $97. Were they teaching business coaching? Yes. Did I understand it? No. Because the program that I invested in, I actually needed someone to walk alongside me one-on-one. There are a lot of you where you don't understand marketing and you're just joining these really large social media groups, these social media programs and memberships, and you're falling behind. That's what happened to me because I didn't know anything about business or marketing. But when I finally met with the coach one-on-one, she pointed out to me, you have a money block. And that let me know right then and there, that's what was hindering me. Okay, so that was the first coach. Next coach comes along. I tell God, I say to him, okay, well, you have me starting this business, then I need a coach that's going to help me. Someone who's really going to help me. I don't want to scam. I didn't have to say all of this to him, of course. I don't got to tell God all of that. I just tell him what I want, and then he supplies. So I said, I really want a business coach to help me. And he said, you find the coach, I'll cover the cost. And I was like, okay. How many of you would have believed God? How many of you, if God would have said to you, you find the coach, I'll cover the cost, would you actually have found the coach? Let me tell you right now, when God says something, I'm one of those people where I'm like, I'm going to take you up on that. Because if you said it, I believe it. And if I don't believe it, I'm going to challenge you anyway, right? So there I was. He said, you find the coach, I'll cover the cost. 1 week later, this woman reaches out to me and she says, Holy Spirit told me to reach out to you. I was like, I bet you he did. I didn't speak to this woman in advance. She just happened to be tuned in. When I tell you that somewhere out there, someone is praying for the solution to their problem and you are the solution, that's what I mean. Because there I was telling God, I need a business coach. And he went and told this lady, go reach out to Star. She needs a business coach. There are some of you where God is doing that with you through your content. There are people who are praying for the solution to their problem, and God is sending your content to them. The question is, how are you going to send your content if you're not showing up? Oh, I know that hurt. Ouch, 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 ouch. Some of you are crying to God, I want to be able to scale my business. I want to take it to the next level. But you're not putting out the content in order to bring in the people, right? So there I was. The lady reached out to me, and she quotes me her price. Her price at the time was $6,000 to join her coaching program. I already told you, I hadn't worked in 18 months. I only had $8,000 in my bank account, enough to pay bills for 1 year. I could have said to her, nah. You trying to take all my money. This is all I got. This is what I'm going to use to pay rent. This is what I'm going to use to pay my phone bill. This is what I'm going to use to buy groceries. I could have said that to her. But instead, I went back to God and I said, well, I found the coach. You said you will cover the cost. I want you to take a wild guess. When do you think God covered the cost for me? Do you think he gave me the money before I joined her program or after I joined her program? What do you think? I want you to take a wild guess. When I went back to God and I said, hey, I found the coach. You said you'll cover the cost. Do you think he gave me the money before I joined her program or after? If you think he gave me the money before, drop before in the chat. If you think he gave me the money after, drop after in the chat. I just want to do a quick poll. Let me know what you think, before or after, right? And then I'll give you the answer. So there I was telling God, here's the coach. You said you're going to cover. You think he gave it to me before or after? Take a wild guess. Who will be the first one to write? All right. I don't see anything inside the chat. That means y'all are listening very intently. Y'all are listening very intently. There we go. Okay. Sanjay says, ma'am, I can't afford now, so I will give after. Okay. After, right? So let me tell you, Sanjay, you are absolutely right. God gave me the money after I joined the program. So I actually didn't tell her I couldn't afford. By faith, I made the initial deposit into her program. By faith. Y'all heard what I said? By faith. The deposit was $1,250. Remember, I only had $8,000 in my bank account, and I'm trusting and believing that God is going to come through. But He did not give me the money before I showed my faith. Nope, He did not give it to me before I showed my faith. Instead, I actually had to put down the initial deposit of $1,250. And then 2 days later, can somebody write that in the chat? 2 days later, I booked my first 5K client. Come on now. Come on now. And let me tell you, I know that God sent that person. Thank you, Kwanda. I know that God sent that person because I wasn't even trying to sell her on a $5,000 offer. I was trying to sell her on a $297 offer because I was afraid to sell. Can you believe it? That even if you're afraid to sell, people will pay you $5,000. I was afraid to sell to this person. I was trying to get her to invest $297 because I was scared. And she said to me, "Did you say you had a 5K offer? Did you say it was ready to go? Okay, I'm ready to join." I was like, what? People out here just wanting to give you $5,000? And God covered my cost. But did it stop there? Oh, thank you. Did it stop there? No. Because God didn't just send me one business coach. He sent me two business coaches. Two. That second business coach was Myron Golden. And some of you know about him. Some of you probably don't know about him. But Myron Golden, he markets himself as the most expensive business coach out there. That's his marketing. So for those of you who are out here scared to sell high ticket, there are people out here who will tell you, you can't afford me because I'm the most expensive business coach you'll ever meet. And God sent me to that man. Now, remember I told y'all that I only had $8,000 in my bank account. And when I joined Myron's program, that was a 5-figure investment. And guess what God did then? He also covered the cost. But how did I know he was going to cover the cost? Because I trusted him with the first coach. The first coach was just a test. The second coach, God was like, let's go. And guess who had two business coaches? When at first I started off with, I didn't have enough. That's what poverty mindset does to you. It tells you you don't have enough. But really what it's doing is trying to get you to hold on to your coins in fear. Because if you don't release it, you will never be able to sow seeds that you will be able to reap later. When I invested in my first business coach, I made $5,000 2 days later because God sent the person to cover the cost. But it didn't stop there. A week into a program, a month into a program, I made $1,000 in 3 days from the things that she was teaching me. And here's what I learned. I learned that on the other side of your investment is advancement. There are a lot of you who want to advance, but you are afraid to invest. I'm going to tell you right now, you can continue to coddle your fear or walk by faith. Coddle your fear or walk by faith. For those of you who want to coddle your fear, I want you to let me know, or really you could just answer this silently. How is that working for you? How is that working for you? Because this is not the first time that you're coddling your fear. It also happened when you were younger. You should have ran for president of your class and you didn't. For some of you, you should have been prom queen and you didn't run. For some of you, you should have went to your college that was out of state, but you didn't do that. You kept letting fear run your life. But at what point are you going to tell fear to shut up and allow faith to rise so that you can be the successful business owner you're called to be? At what point? At what point? So for those of you where you're like, I want to break this poverty mindset off of me. For those of you where you're like, I want to stop being afraid to be on camera. For those of you where you're like, I want to break this imposter syndrome. Join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge because we help you to overcome these things. I can teach you all the tools in the world. I can show you all the strategies in the world. But if you never overcome what's in here, you will never show up on video and be a blessing to your audience. I had a client where she worked with me for 1 month. It wasn't even a full month. She was so bogged down by her mindset that she couldn't do it, that she ended up dropping out of the program. She had everything she needed to shoot content. She had the space, she had the lights, she had the equipment, she had everything she needed. And because of her fear and her limiting belief, she convinced herself that she couldn't do it until she quit. And that's where some of you are. You keep on quitting on your business. And at what point are you going to stop? If you're like, I'm finally ready to focus on my marketing, I'm finally ready to get out of my own way because something keeps on stopping me, let us help you in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. All you have to do is DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you're watching on YouTube, all you have to do is click the link that's in the chat, and and you can just go ahead and purchase your ticket there. In the challenge, we don't just help you to overcome the mindset, but we show you how to sell your offers for high ticket without discounting the price. We show you how to sell your offers for high ticket without having to do massive sales or discounts just to get people to buy. No, we show you how to sell it at full price, even if you're scared. That's the goal. Some of you are afraid of sounding salesy. Some of you are afraid that people aren't going to invest that much, but I'm living proof that every time someone invested $5,000 into my business, my mind continued to blow. But the only way that I can receive the funds into my business was I had to break the poverty mindset first. So if you're like, I want to get free from that, I want to be confident on camera, I want to be a blessing to my people, I want to make an impact so big that I'm on these stages and I'm blessing thousands of people with my message, I'm transforming their lives with the service that I have, then join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. Now, here's the thing. Some of you are thinking to yourself, I'm not sure if the challenge is for me. Does it help service providers? Yes, it does. If you have a service business, whether you have your photographer, your consultant, you're a coach, you sell insurance, that's all a service. We help you. If you own a spa or a salon, we help you. If you're a doctor, we help you because you are offering a service. If you sell a product, we do not help you. See the difference there? If you're selling a product, I am not your coach. I mean, I could show you how to sell the product, but oftentimes you're not selling the product at high ticket. You're selling it at low ticket. You can benefit from the challenge, sure, but we like to help those who are selling something high ticket that's $1,000 or more so that you can reach your dream clients and make the sales that you deserve. And you can do all of that with your content in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. So the first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you get to join me in the early access mixer, where I'm going to share with you a high visibility strategy for high ticket sales, right? But only the first 5 people. If you're number 6, then you won't actually get access to it. We also have our diamond experience. Our diamond experience is for the coaches and business owners where you desire elitism. You love exclusivity and you want one-on-one time with the marketing coach without having to invest $10,000 to do it. When you sign up for the diamond experience, you actually get a complimentary elite marketing strategy session with me. It's for 30 minutes and it's before the challenge starts. When Keith and Vanessa did this session, they got so clear on who their dream client was that when they put out the content, they started reaching more people. That's how quick. Our goal is to help you get results quickly. Why? Because I know what it's like to be on social media for months, posting, not growing, posting, your views are stuck, posting, averaging 1 or 2 comments. And you just know if more people could see your content, you can truly make an impact. You just know if more people could see your content, you can truly change their lives, whether you're healing them or you're helping them have better relationships, or you're helping them to write a book, or you're helping them to increase their wealth or their visibility. That's what we help you to do. We help you to be able to show up in a way that you are blessing your audience. And you can only get access by DMing me the word challenge accepted and sending me your email address as well. All right, so today we're talking about stop posting randomly. AI can monetize it for you. It can monetize your content for you. I shared with you the G, which stands for generate content with AI. The R stands for reframe your mindset. And the O, this was a good one, stands for observe your analytics. So I'm not going to dive too deeply into this, but I just want to share this testimonial before I even give you the tip. When I shared this strategy with my former client, Laura, She was able to get a new client. Okay. So when she came into the challenge, she was afraid. She was afraid, like, oh my goodness, this is one part that I don't know. She felt like I don't know analytics, so it's going to be hard for me to sell to my clients. When I showed her how to do this, she booked another client the following week. So when I tell you that it happens fast, it happens fast. Why? Because you got to take action. If you are a procrastinator, the challenge isn't for you. If you are someone who doesn't like to do work, the challenge isn't for you. If you are lazy, the challenge is not for you. The challenge is for high achievers and high performers, where you're actually going to do the work in the challenge to see the results in the challenge, right? So, observe your analytics, right? The best thing about AI, whichever tool you want to use, I'm going to talk about ChatGPT, but I'm pretty sure you can do this in Sentra and Claude as well. The best thing about AI is that if you don't understand your analytics for social media, you don't have to try to figure it out on your own. You can use AI to show you what to do, right? So for LinkedIn, with LinkedIn and YouTube, if you actually, and I love their analytics, if you actually go to LinkedIn and YouTube, so those of you who are using LinkedIn and YouTube, all you have to do is go to your analytics section and export your analytics to an Excel spreadsheet. If you didn't know you can do that, this is the one tip you want to walk away with. Export your analytics to your Excel spreadsheet. LinkedIn and YouTube gives you that option. You can then take that and drop it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to analyze the analytics for you. Let me tell you, when I showed my client how to do this, her whole business took off because she was like, I'm no longer stuck. I know exactly what to do, right? So ChatGPT will show you what content is performing well and why, what content is not performing well and why, and what you can do to change it. It will make recommendations on what you can do to change it. Y'all are not giving me enough credit. That was a good tip. I didn't see no taps on the screens. I didn't see nothing in the comment that was like, girl, that was great. That's an amazing tip. When I'm telling you, if you are putting out the content and you don't know why it's not performing, if you're using LinkedIn and YouTube, use ChatGPT to show you why. Now, Instagram and TikTok, you cannot export anything. I mean, you can't do it from the platforms. You'll need like a third-party tool to do it. But what you can do is you can record your analytics to chat, or you can put it in an Excel spreadsheet and drop that into chat. And chat will then tell you what's performing and why, and what's not performing and why, right? So I've showed my clients how to do both, and they're using it so that they can create better content. Why? Because the goal is to understand three things about your content. No matter what you do, these are the three things that you want to understand about your content. Once you know these three things, it leads to consistent 5-figure months. I'm talking about 20K months, 30K months, 50K months. You can even get to 100K months. If you understand these three things about your content, you want to know what content to create that grows your following, what content to create that gets you engagement, and what content to create that gets you sales. One more time, the three things that's going to help you take your business to the next level is understanding what content to create that grows your following, what content to create that gets you engagement, and what content to create that gets you sales. Once you know those three things, it does not matter what platform you are on, it will work for you, right? So when I'm working with my clients, those are the things that we want to understand. And I'll give you an example. Christina, when we worked with Christina, prior to her understanding these three things, she only had 474 followers on TikTok. When she understood these three things, she grew her following to over 40,000 followers. Christina is a career coach. She helps men and women land their dream job making 6 figures from home. She went from 474 people seeing her to over 40,000 people now engaged in her content. She had 300 new email subscribers, and she was booked up for 2 months with discovery calls. All because she understood what content gets her sales and what content grows her following and what content gets her engagement. Jasmine, who's an artist, a beautiful, wonderful artist. Her paintings are for men and women who feel like they're invisible in their workplace. And she sells high-end art that is high ticket. Before she started working with us, her art was doing good, but she wasn't sure how can she sell it on social media. When we showed her how, she understood exactly what to post to get her sales. She got 18 sales from one video, 30 new followers from one video, and continued. She told me, Star, after going through your program, I now know what videos to post is going to get me sales, and I now know what videos to post is going to get me engagement. How many of you would love that type of clarity? That type of clarity, where each time you post, you already know this is going to bring in the following. This is what's going to bring in the engagement. That type of clarity, right? So if you're like, that's me, that's what I want, join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. That's where we show you. And it only takes 5 days to show you. Why? Because we're working with you personally. Our challenge is intimate. We don't have hundreds of people in the challenge. We have a handful of people in the challenge where we can work with you directly on your content. Because when you get results in the content, then I get to brag about you. I'm pretty sure some of you have seen me several times on my live, and I can't stop bragging about my clients. Why? Because they are the best clients. They take action because they want to make money. So if you're like, I want to be able to scale my business to the next level, you're currently getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, you want to know how you can use social media in order to scale your visibility and your profitability, DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite. If you're watching on YouTube, all you have to do is head to this link right here, and so that you can join us in the challenge. Our goal is to help you be seen. Why? Because when people see you, they pay you. That is the belief that I want all my clients to walk away with. When people see me, they pay me. So if you're not getting paid enough, it's because not enough people are seeing you. So how can we shift that so that more people are actually seeing you? Oh, Sanjay, I am teaching you for free. That's what these strategies are. Sanjay said, please teach me for free. All you have to do is watch my content. Watch my lives, watch my TikTok content, my YouTube content, and you will get the tools and the strategies that you need. Yep. No, you're totally fine. That's all you need to do. If you just watch the content, you'll get the tools and the strategies that you need in order for you to grow your business to 6 figures. When you hit 6 figures, then come back to me and work with me. Right? There you go. You'll be all set. Because I only work with business owners and service providers where you've already hit 6 figures in your business. Why? Because if you haven't hit 6 figures in your business, you may not be able to keep up. You may not be able to keep up. You might find yourself falling behind because you're comparing yourself to other people who are doing better than you. I've seen it happen. I've had people come in where they were just starting out, and people come in where they were already scaling, and the people who were just starting out just felt too intimidated. Again, it was a mindset thing. But if you are not a high achiever, if you're not a high performer, you'll end up falling out. So our goal is to make sure that we help those where you're like, okay, I'm going to do the work. Now, here's the thing. We've helped people who hasn't hit 6 figures yet, but you already got some type of clientele coming in. So if you're like, okay, that's me and I want to get to 6 figures, you're already at 5K months, you're already at 8K months, we can help you in the challenge. But if you're at 0K months, I'm not your coach. I'll be your coach online. Watch the YouTube content, watch the live videos. I can help you that way. Awesome. Okay, so we're going through the grow method. We're talking about how to stop posting randomly. Instead, how you can use AI to monetize for you. We talked about how to generate your content using AI. We talked about how to reframe your mindset so you can show up. We talked about how to observe your analytics so that AI can show you what to keep on creating. The last thing, and I'm going to keep it real short, is W, win with CTAs. Win with CTAs. What are CTAs? Call to actions. But here's the thing, because I'm pretty sure you hear all the time, put call to actions out. How many times you've heard that before? Put call to actions on your videos. You're missing call to actions. And so what do? You tell people like, comment, follow, share. And guess what? They're not doing either one of those things because you're giving them too many steps. So instead, I want to share with you a strategic way to put out your call to actions so that you can actually reach your dream clients. And that's by using ChatGPT or Centra, Claude, whichever one you want to use. You can use AI to craft powerful call to actions that speak directly to your dream client's desires, right? So that's what you want to do. So one prompt that I always give my chat is to give me 10 curiosity-based call to actions. Now, some of you are like, what? Why are you asking that? I'm asking that because you want your call to actions to flow with your video. People are already listening to you speak. So you want the last thing for you to say is a call to action that flows with your story. So if I want to continue to create curiosity for my audience, just so that they can honor the call to action, that's why I'm telling chat to give me 10 curiosity-based call to actions that I can choose from, because people respond to curiosity. If you have ever worked on your hooks for your videos, that's the thing that shows up, like, let me say, that is what you use to grab the attention of your audience. Any guru will always tell you, use curiosity to grab their attention. Okay, so we're just using that same strategy, but this time for your call to actions. Use curiosity to get them to comment. Use curiosity to get them to buy. Use curiosity to get them to share your video. I'm pretty sure some of you have never heard of that before. You're probably like, oh my goodness, I didn't think about that. But that's the whole point of working with a marketing coach. Our goal is to make your content so enticing that people can't get enough of it, that they have to respond to you, right? Hey, Cartoon King, just write your question in the chat and I can give you your opinion, or I can give you my opinion, right? So that's the goal. So I always ask chat to give me 10 curiosity-based call to actions. And I use that call to actions in my videos. I use it when I'm ending the video. I put it in my captions. And guess what? If you want to check out my TikTok content, you will see that the views may not be that high, but the engagement is through the roof. You'll see 50 comments, 70 comments, hundreds of comments under my videos. Why? From the curiosity-based call to actions. That's on purpose, right? So your videos from beginning to end should be catching your audience attention. And so I want to give you an example, right? Because I actually got this from Jesus. So in the challenge, we like teaching Bible marketing secrets. Why? Because Jesus is a master marketeer. For 2,000 plus years ago, he walked this earth and he was able to grow his following so largely. But guess what? Even after ascending to heaven, 2,000 plus years later, he's still growing his following. What did he do to do that? His marketing game was strong. So we show you that in the challenge as well. And so when I saw Jesus giving his call to actions, I was like, oh, shoot, I need to do that too. This is found in Luke 5. This is where the disciples, they had been fishing all night and they couldn't catch any fish at all. And Jesus sees them and he tells them, cast your net again. In their minds, they're like, cast my net again? We just finished doing this. It didn't work the first time. But he told them to cast their net again, and they did. And this time, they caught so many fish. And then he gives them the call to action. He says, follow me, for I will make you fishers of men. That's the call to action, to follow him. But notice he didn't say like, comment, follow, share all at once, because that would have just confused them. Instead, he made it enticing. He made it curiosity driven. He said, follow me, for I will make you fishers of men. What does that even mean? They were curious. Follow me, for I will make you fishers of men. That enticed them. He didn't just say, follow me, because some of you are like, follow me for more. More of what? Tell them what they're going to get out of it. Entice them. Speak to their desire. Follow me, and I'll show you how to create content that sells. Follow me, and I'll show you how to get married in 30 days or less. Follow me, and I'll show you how to lose 30 pounds in 1 month. Tell them why. It pique their interest. Get their curiosity going so that they can actually honor the call to action. So when Christina followed this strategy and she went viral, her daughter was excited that she went viral on TikTok, right? So Christina is the career coach that I worked with. Her daughter was excited that she went viral. However, Christina said, I don't care about the virality. I want to see if they honor the call to action, because she was very clear. She didn't tell them comment, follow, like, all those things. She gave them one call to action. The call to action was, here's how you can buy from me. And guess what? She got 300 new email subscribers from people downloaded her lead magnet. She got 10 new sales from people downloading her digital course. And then she was booked up for 2 months for people getting on her discovery call. Did her call to action work? Yep. Did it create curiosity? Yep. Does yours? It can. If you join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge, we show you how. Now, here's the thing. You can choose to wait, or you can choose to join us this month. When Christina joined us, she didn't delay. She could have, but she knew that her business was created to bless people, to help them land their dream jobs, making six figures or more working from home. There are some of you in here where you provide a service that's going to change someone's financial situation. You're showing them how they can build wealth in their family and in their business. There are some of you in here that you are helping people to heal from wounds from when they were kids so they can have better relationships. There are some of you in here where you help people's skin glow when they just go to your spa. But the question is, how long will you remain invisible? Because the more that they don't see you, the more that they don't get blessed. And I know for me, that's not a cost that I'm willing to pay. If I never showed up, Christina would have never been able to bless her audience by helping them to get their dream jobs. If I would have never showed up, Rhonda would still be so afraid to get on camera, but she was able to get on camera because she joined the challenge. If I never showed up, Erica wouldn't have made that $750 in 3 days to show her that she can keep going to build a better business. My question to you is, who's suffering because you don't show up? Who's suffering because they can't find you? I know it's so easy for you to be like, oh, well, so-and-so is doing what I'm doing, so that person could help them. But there are some people where they are attached to your voice and they will not work with anyone else but you. They refuse to work with anyone else but you. Will you help them or will you leave them waiting? There are some people in here right now where you're only getting sales through word of mouth and referrals. I have a friend like this. He's a phenomenal fitness coach down in Georgia, right? And I told him, hey, I'm trying to lose weight. I know everyone's like, you're trying to lose weight. You look like you don't need to lose weight. But I also want to get in shape too, right? And I would love to see his content. But he told me he doesn't post his videos because he doesn't know how to edit them and he wants them to look a certain way. And I told him, you're getting clients through word of mouth and referrals right now in Georgia. But some of your clients will never meet you through word of mouth and referrals. They will only meet you through your content. And that's the case for a lot of you now. You're relying on making local impact with your local community or your inner circle. But there are lives out there who will never be blessed through word of mouth and referrals. They will only be blessed when they come across your content. Will you help them or will you leave them forgotten? If you're like, I'm not willing to pay that cost, I'm ready to make a bigger impact. I'm ready to be on stages where I'm blessing people. I'm ready to be on high profile podcasts. I'm ready to create content that sells. Then go ahead and DM me the word challenge accepted along with your email address, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you are on YouTube, all you have to do is click this link. I'm going to drop it in the chat again so that you can get access to the challenge. And you could choose to sign up for VIP or you could choose to sign up for the Diamond Experience. The challenge is for the coach where you're already at six figures in your business. You already have a following on social media, but you're not sure how you can convert those followers into customers. We show you how to do that. When Kelly joined us in December, she already had 30,000 followers on Instagram, and she did not know how to convert them into customers. When we showed her how to do that, she made 6 new clients in 1 month. Her offer was $997. That's $6,000 in 1 month. And she got another client from raising her prices. Okay? The challenge is also for the business owner where you're capped between 8 to 10K months. You're hesitating to sell in video because you're afraid of sounding salesy. You're afraid you're going to feel icky or feel slimy. Well, we want to show you what to say in your videos to get people to buy without feeling salesy or slimy, right? I showed this to Jasmine. And when Jasmine learned how to do this, she was able to get 18 sales from one video. 18 sales. We showed this to Elena. Elena is a health coach. She already grew her following to 106,000 followers before she joined us. And when we showed her how to sell without sounding salesy, she made 75 sales on her first launch. These aren't, some of you are like, oh my goodness, these sound astronomical. The only reason why they sound astronomical is because you haven't been able to see the results from your content. Our goal is to show you how you can get results quickly by implementing the strategies, especially if you feel like that you have been working so hard in your business. You're constantly posting, you're constantly selling, and nobody's buying from your content. But you know you can convert them if you see them through word of mouth and referrals. You get them one-on-one, you know you can close them because you're accustomed to doing that. But when it comes to selling on video one to many, you freeze because you can't read the room. You freeze because you can't see their face. You don't know who's tuning in. We want to show you a strategy to be able to confidently sell to your audience so that now they're coming to you and saying, I'm ready to buy, as opposed to I can't afford. And then the challenge is also for the successful coach, where sales is not your issue. For you, your issue is visibility. You're getting sales, your business is already at 40K months and 50K months. But you want to know, how can my social media, how can my influence match my income? You are popping when you are with your local community. You are making an impact locally, but you've been called to bigger stages and you've been called to high profile podcasts. You should be a host at Essence Fest. You should be a host at iHeartRadio. You should be on the Breakfast Club. You should be speaking at Funnel Hacking Live. You should be speaking at these big name conferences, but nobody knows about you yet. We want to show you how to get seen and how to get paid when you join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. So if you opted in and you said, that's me, girl, that's what I need, it's what I've been looking for, DM me the word challenge accepted. Send me your email address while you're at it, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you're on YouTube, I dropped the link inside the chat. So all you have to do is click it and join us. Again, we're kicking off on July 7th. I want you to imagine 30 days from now, where will your content be? 30 days from now, where will your business be? Would it be in the same position, bringing in the same sales, or would you have scaled? Some of you have been trying to scale to 20K months and 30K months for a year now. I want to show you exactly how you can do that with our 6-figure content strategy that we show you. Now, here's the thing. On this live video, I pour out. Imagine how much more in the challenge. Our challenge is a live challenge, so you won't be watching me on a live video. Instead, we'll be together in a Zoom room where I'll be sharing the strategies with you, but not just sharing the strategies. I help you to implement, because some of you in here, your biggest struggle is not that you don't have the information, it's just that you don't know how to implement. It's the implementation. You don't know what hooks to use in your videos. You don't know how to speak to your dream client without sounding salesy. You don't even know what videos to post. Even though I gave you the tools you needed for AI, you're still stuck on, how do I speak to my dream client? We want to show you how you can do that in the challenge, so that when you're putting out your content, it's monetized. That's the goal as a business owner. When you're using social media to monetize your content, you're not using it. You're not getting the money from the platform. You're not getting the money through brand deals. You're not getting the money through the platform, right? You're getting the money through your clients, through your followers that you're converting. So we show you how to create content that converts your followers into customers. That's what we mean by monetizing. And guess what? I show you how to do that without running ads. That's the whole goal. There are some of you in here where you're like, I want to run ads. I think it's time for me to run ads. Only thing is, your organic content, the videos that you're posting on social media now, is not performing. So if you ran ads now, it won't convert, and you'll feel like you're throwing money into fire. I've been there. Last year, I ran ads, Facebook ads for my content. I shouldn't have, but I did. I ran Facebook ads for my content and asked me how much money I made from it. Probably $300. But for my organic content, 6 figures every time. So I show you how to create the content that reaches your dream clients, that builds deep connections with them, so that you can actually convert without having to pay any money in ads. So if you're like, Star, you sold me, that's what I want, DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite. If you're on TikTok, hit the orange button at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. If you're on YouTube, click the link that I dropped inside the chat and you can join us. We're kicking off again on July 7th, but I want to be able to help you before that. So if you join us today, if you're VIP, you'll get invited to our VIP visibility mixer. And if you are Diamond Experience, I'll send you a link to schedule your elite content strategy session with me that you can do as early as tomorrow, right? Okay, X Day, hopefully I'm saying your name right, says, I have question, tell any viral niche for USA content and AI base. Okay, I don't understand your question, X Day. Tell any viral niche for USA. I don't understand your question. If you want to ask it again, I'll give you some time to ask it again, but I am getting ready to wrap up. So thank you all for joining me today. Tomorrow, I'll be live again, and I'm going to share with you, you're broke because you're not using AI funnels. Now, some of you are like, I am not broke. That's fine, right? But I want to show you how you can use AI in order to create your funnels for social media. And I mean your marketing funnel for social media so that you can funnel your audience from watching your videos to actually buying from you. All right. So X Day, if you could just drop your question underneath the chat of this video once the replay is available, then I can answer you that way. You all have a great rest of the day.